City Jazz Sessions is about great music, arts, and entertainment. We are located in St. Louis, Missouri, and available to performance art lovers worldwide. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. You can email us at cityjazzsessions@gmail.com.
All right. I am Leica, your co host of City Jazz Sessions. We got Warren Harper, our producer, and also on co host duties today. And our special guest, Justin Hoskin, R&B singer, songwriter. How you doing, Justin?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So excited to talk to Justin today. He's been on the scene in St. Louis for quite a while, well known name around here. Very talented. I first want to say he's got a show at the Dark Room on this Saturday, the January 29th at 10 p.m. late night. I will be there. So just want to give that shout out first for people who can't stay for the whole time um, for our interview today. But Justin, so excited to have you today.
I'm excited to be here. It's
Yes,
we've been crossing paths for so long. I can't wait to talk to you
yes. So one thing I was surprised about is how deep your voice is.
today.
When so he
Everybody
had
says that.
yeah, Justin has a new single out, Invisible, and he speaks in the beginning of it, and I was like, "Dang, Justin got a deep voice. You sounded very, very white." In the beginning of it, because you have such a range with your voice. I've seen like lots of videos of you singing, but not that many of you talking. So it was pretty surprising.
I don't talk much. That's why you you won't catch too many
Right.
videos of me talking. Yeah, but everybody says that about me. They look at me and say, I didn't even think you could sing by looking at you. So when you open your mouth to say something, that's not the same person. So yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very deep voice. So tell us, let's just go ahead and go into the new single anyway, Invisible. Like, where did you get the idea from? How were you inspired, to put that out? Just kind of tell us a little bit about that. Beautiful song, by the way. And I just want to let you know when I shared it in my stories, I definitely have people reaching out like, oh, I like this guy's sound and things like that. So a lot of good feedback on that single.
Well, good. Thank you. Thank you. Bless you all who like it. Andre Thomas produced the track, by the way. Really, the inspiration for the song, I went over to Andre's house to visit, just to vibe and hang out, and he played the piano line. I was like, "Ooh, that sounds like something," and I took it home, and the lyrics kind of fell on me like I have a lot of conversations with myself because I'm an only child, so I grew up,
Mhm.
for lack of a better term, talking to myself. Uh, I don't answer myself, so I'm not crazy. But um, and I, just encourage myself and actually question things with myself when I don't have anybody else to talk to, and that's kind of the vibe behind the song. And I just kind of opened up everybody to my personal conversations. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, the and so what do you mean by invisible? Like what's that about?
So you know how people will take from you, and you'll allow them to take from you until you feel shrunk up to the point where your opinion and your being is almost invisible. And I was just
Mhm.
like, don't try to shrink me because I'm so much more than what you give me credit for. So don't try to
Right.
shrink me until I'm invisible. That's the meaning behind it.
Nice. It's a beautiful song. It's a
Thank you.
beautiful
Thank
song. I know you've done several tributes. I think the most recent one I remember is Luther Vandross.
you. Hmm.
But so I'm assuming that was one of your inspirations, and I can kind of hear his sound a little bit in your voice. Tell us about like some of the other tribute shows that you've done, and the inspiration from those artists.
So tribute shows with my band, the movie. We've done all kinds over the past 7, 8 years. Prince is the most prevalent one that we
Mhm.
do, and the one I enjoy the most because he's one of my favorites. We've done
Gotta
mint.
love Prince.
Yes, we've done mint condition, Earth, Wind and Fire,
Oh wow.
Luther, Isley Brothers, you name it. It seems like we've done everybody. Yeah, it's I can't even say all the tributes that we've actually done over the years. It's been that many, mostly at BB's, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's Prince is
So do
probably
you,
my favorite though. That's my favorite. My wife's favorite is Earth, Wind and Fire. But
okay.
yeah,
They're both awesome.
yes,
Absolutely. All of the ones that you named. And I feel like you're so versatile, you could really almost do any artist. So when you do a tribute show like that, like what do you feel like you learn or you take from when you're studying another artist's work?
you get a chance to when you're studying specifically for one artist and not just making a set list, you get a
Mhm.
chance to really dig into their lyrics and really hear what they're saying.
Right.
Um, I think I got to know some of them better by the
Yeah.
by studying their music through the tributes, and that kind of informs my writing to be a little bit more personal. You know,
Right.
yeah. But
Yeah.
the
Absolutely.
melodies and harmonies and just the techniques, I take it all and just just music, just love it to pieces. Yeah,
So Justin, your
Yeah. A lot of
bio says you grew up in Collinsville. Is that correct?
correct, correct. Collinsville, Illinois.
What type of musical environment were you in at that time that might have influenced you as a young man?
So my dad and my mom, both music heads. But the funny thing is, I got a lot of different types of music. Being living in a blended city like Collinsville, a lot of people don't know my favorite artist because of that blended city is Billy Joel. Um,
oh wow.
so I got a lot of different influence. When my friends were listening to Run DMC and all of that type of stuff, I was listening to Guns N' Roses and Bon Jovi, and those types of things. So my musical influences as a young man were always different, mostly because a lot of the stuff that my friends were listening to, my dad wouldn't allow me to listen to. So uh, I went for alternatives and ended up being richer for it, for real.
Okay.
Yeah,
Have you thought about doing any non R&B tributes?
of course, of
Yeah.
course. We did one Blue Eyed Soul at the Blue Strawberry, and then one year I did an '80s tribute that was mostly like the MTV stuff that I grew up
Okay,
watching and
cool.
listening to. So I've thought about it. I have.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
have. And when the time is right, I shall. I know I shall.
Yes,
Hmm.
absolutely. I think, a lot of those artists that you named, it would be a big audience, who would look forward to those tributes.
Oh, yeah. I'll give them to you. I will give
Yeah,
because that would be the most fun for me, for real.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And I don't think people would expect that from you. So I think it would make it even more interesting.
they wouldn't. They wouldn't. When I mention it to people, they tell me, like, no way. You don't even know them songs. Oh, yes, I do. I know backwards and forwards. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the
So you
band.
got your show coming.
Sorry.
Well, I'll start with you, Warren, since you went first. The band, the movie,
Mhm.
Lordell Rush, Brian Thomas, Andrew Bethany. We've
Mhm.
been together now for 7 to 8 years, like I said. And when I say those are my brothers, like those are my brothers, musicians to the core. Like they say that when when you have a good musician when they can play the record, these guys can play the record
Mhm.
Oh,
and do their own thing and bring something to it. So I wouldn't trade them for the world. I'd put them up against anybody, anytime, and I'll stand by them anytime. Those guys have helped me become a better singer, better stage person, about having stage presence, everything. Those I owe it to them guys. So I
Hmm.
rock with the movie for life. Yeah.
Okay. I remember when we first met, a guy that I had met at the Kransberg invited me to the gig. He was playing guitar for you, Isaiah. Remember him?
Yeah, Isaiah, man.
That's been a while.
I haven't seen him in a while too. Yeah, Isaiah.
I thought he was good though.
Oh, he's amazing. Isaiah is genius level talent, for real. In my opinion, he's one of those guys that you give him something and leave him in a room for 5 minutes and he comes out with that plus everything that you didn't know could go with it. So
Wow.
yeah, I love Isaiah.
So who's
And
playing
if you
guitar
see him,
now?
tell him I said hello, for real.
I haven't seen him. We just haven't made contact. Who's playing the guitar now though?
Monk is actually playing for us at this show. Uh, so another genius level, just artist, period.
Mhm.
So yeah, Monk's gonna play the lead for us. He's been playing with us for the past few shows. And
What's his real name?
Monk is the name I know him by. Like you
Right,
can't.
that's his artist name.
That's it.
He's not
That's
from Wellston, is he?
No. He's
no,
not
no, no,
well.
no, no.
Yeah.
No. And if you hear Monk before you see Monk, you won't believe that that's Monk.
Oh, okay.
I'll say that much. Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
you can definitely look him up. He puts out a lot of music and he's been
Yeah.
on a lot of different artists tracks too as well.
Mm,
Very creative.
he
No.
just put out a 9 song or a 9 video
Mhm.
series on
Yeah,
Instagram that was just brilliant. So yeah, check him out.
Okay.
absolutely.
Wow.
So you have an EP coming out, right?
I do. I do.
Tell us a bit about that. What kind of songs are going to be on there? What's behind the writing there?
So basically the EP I sat during pandemic and stuff just flowed out of me. And again, Andre Thomas is producing the EP.
Mm.
And he said, man, just come over and put the stuff down. Just come over to the house, lay it down. What could it hurt? Let's do EP. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah. So the EP is what it should be. It's an extended single. It's a vibe. It's gonna be an introduction, if you will, to a series of different things that I'm gonna do in the future. So about 6 songs, good, good in and out vibe, and
Mhm.
different subject matter, but what you expect, what you don't expect, just different things. It's gonna be
Mhm.
be real
Okay.
nice.
And when should we expect that?
So I'm thinking in the spring, but I'm still recording. So you know how that goes when you get into the
Yeah.
process, and then you have to pick songs. So
Hmm.
I've already gone past my deadline because I'm still recording. But spring more than likely, spring or summer.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And I get that you don't want to rush it because I feel like I put stuff out before and I've rushed it. And I'm like, oh dang, like I kind of wish I would have took my time a little bit
Right.
more. So I can appreciate that.
Hmm.
Just
And
taking your time with it. If you have to extend it, that's fine. As long as when you get it out is something you're proud of.
right. And I'll put stuff out. Like I might wake up one day and just be like, you know what? I'm gonna put this out. If it works for Jay-Z and Beyonce, why can't I do it? That's the way I see
Exactly.
it.
This is no method. Just go with it.
That's it. That's it. Whatever song I'm feeling that day, I might just put out, and you guys wake up to a new song. You never know.
Next. All right. That means I'm gonna have to check your Instagram every day. See what
Every day, every single day.
I want to talk about your wife, Ashley.
Please,
I
please
feel
do.
like, we can't leave her out.
No,
I
never.
think it's so beautiful how, I mean, anyone who follows you, they absolutely have to know that you love your wife. And
Oh
she
yeah.
is a huge support system for you. And I follow her too. And she just, I mean, when you have that kind of love, encouragement, and support, I just feel like there's nothing that you can't do, you
You're
know.
right. You
So
are
she
right.
absolutely tell us a little bit about how she kind of supports your music and just in general.
I'll tell you this. My wife is a rare human being. Uh, my wife is also my manager. Um, she she keeps me in line. She put order to everything to get me to the place where I can even put out an EP. Like
Hmm.
the support level that I have in my house, people would kill for,
I'm
and
sure.
I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. And I tell her all the time. She gets embarrassed, but I don't care. I'm gonna brag on you, and because you keep me straight.
As you should.
Yeah,
As you
yeah,
absolutely should. And
yes.
I love it. And I'm sure a lot of people who follow you, love it as well, because you can definitely tell it's a rare thing and it makes a world of difference when you have that in your corner.
hmm It does. It makes you feel like whatever you set out to accomplish, no matter how crazy people told you it was or how crazy it sounds to you, that person said, "Just go do it, babe." It's nothing to it after that. Nobody can tell you anything after that. So that's why
Exactly.
nobody can tell me anything. That whatever I want to do, I can do, unless she says no.
Right. I heard that.
Yep.
And one another thing I want to really touch on is like your health journey,
hmm
because she has shared a post about your like hemoglobin A1c. And for people who don't, know what that is, I'm a dietitian by day. So I deal with this day in and day and out. But hemoglobin A1c is basically a 3 month average of how much sugar is on your blood. It can be an indicator of diabetes or prediabetes or how well diabetes is managed. And your numbers, I have not seen anything like it's very rare that someone can have that level of improvement like that. I don't see that every day, and I do this day in and day out. So I know your wife was a big support in that, with your health journey. So tell us a little bit about that.
So it was people always tell their spouses, like, "I'll die for you. I'll die for you." She asked me, "What did I love her and my son enough to live for them?"
Mm.
And I was like, "Yeah, of course." So what that meant was changing my diet. No
Right.
pork, no beef. I'm still having trouble with chicken and turkey, but
Mhm.
even that is less now than it was before.
Yeah.
More activity.
Yeah.
I lost probably upwards of 150 pounds,
Wow.
and uh, yeah, I've gone from wearing a size 52
Ooh.
to a 36 comfortably now.
Wow.
So she has been great because she stopped eating meat right when we got married. So it's been about 4 years now, almost
Mhm.
4 years. It'll be 4 years in May, and she stopped eating meat, and it kind of to see that it could be done,
Yeah.
and then to taste some of the things that she has around and say, okay, I can go a meal or a few meals without meat. That
Mhm.
helped me a lot too to see that there's different ways that I can eat just to change my mindset. That helped a lot.
Right.
So yeah, it's a blessing to see the diabetes go because it was a struggle, and
Yeah.
I'm happy about that. Like I'm really happy, really happy about that. Yeah.
Extremely remarkable. Like I said, just from somebody who works in the profession where I help people do this day in and day out, like the what happened with you, that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't happen every day. So, again, that support system, is everything.
It
Is
is.
everything. And then just to be motivated and to make the changes day in and day out and stick with it, because you can't get that sort of outcome without being consistent and really putting forth a lot of effort. So kudos to you for
Thank you.
making a huge change.
Thank you. I owe most of the credit to her because she kept me on point. So I always
Yeah.
tell people this: if it wasn't for her, I'd still be the same size. For real.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's her, but it's also, the love that you have for her and your family.
Mhm.
Um, because you could have said, nah, I'm good, you know.
That's true. That's
So
true.
kudos to both. All right, so back to your show for Saturday. What is the theme? It was like couples therapy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, tell us like what to expect. Give me a little preview.
I mean, well, you get the name couples therapy, and I wanted to have my last show be a show that is something that me and my wife would go to when I'm off. So,
Okay.
with that said, all the songs are themed around love. Now, actual love, not just the
Hmm.
physical, but love. Of
Yeah.
course, there's some, you got to bring a little something, you know.
Right.
But it's all themed around love and couples just being together having a date night. And I want to provide the soundtrack for their date night.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm really looking forward to it. Um, so what else do you have on the horizon? Oh, catch people up to speed because they may have missed it. I think we talked about pre-show about the break that you're taking.
Yes. So I have had I've had a trick knee since I was a freshman in high school. And it's finally come to the point now where I have to get it fixed or else I can't go forward. So
Hmm.
after this show, I'll be down for probably until the summer uh, to get my knee fixed. I don't have to get it replaced. They're gonna actually do some magic in it. But yeah, this show is really special for me for the fact that I'll be going away for longer than I've ever taken hiatus before. So, uh,
Right.
but I got to get that in order. Like, I lost all the weight. Now I got to
Hmm.
fix everything else, and then when I
Yeah.
come back, I'll be like a 28-year-old version of myself.
I
Yeah,
heard that. Nice. Nice. So what are you gonna do in your downtime?
right.
Okay, keep writing.
Yeah, keep
There you
writing,
go.
keep writing. I mean, write, uh, figure out when to release my music. You know,
Hmm.
game plan, and just really though get some rest, get some
Yeah.
focus, recharge, and spend time, real time with my family, and be super present for them in that time, so it can be really about recharging and doing what's important. That's going to be
Yes.
my biggest plans.
Absolutely. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. All right. It looks like we got Warren back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Warren.
My video froze. So I was listening to everything. I could hear you guys. What so for the short term and the long term, what are your main goals with your career?
Well, so I want to make music for my age group. One, uh, my long-term goals are to be on a sustainable roots type of situation where I could go anywhere and tour and have a certain group of people that just look for me and check for me. They don't have to like everybody. They check for me, and I can go anywhere and do that. That's long term, right?
Oh yeah.
Short
Hmm.
term is just to get all of this stuff that's in here
Hmm.
out. That's
Yeah.
the number one thing. It's been a lot of years. I've recorded stuff in the past, but this feels different, and so I plan to really just concentrate on making really good music in the short term, and I feel like everything else will take care of itself after that.
Okay.
Now, Justin, how many shows do you normally do? Like, in a year, in a month? Like what? Because I feel like doing a, you're usually doing quite a few shows.
Well, I've slowed down over the
Okay.
past few years, but
Okay.
there was times where I was I was out maybe 5 to 7 times in a weekend,
Oh
or
wow.
5 to 8 times in a week. It
Mm-hmm.
just all depended really, but I don't do as many as I used to,
Hmm.
but I really, I really am looking to do more. It's more because of my physical
Okay.
limitation, but
Hmm.
I'll be looking to do more once I get back to my fighting
Right.
weight. You know,
Okay, got you. Got
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have heard like, I've gotten advice to not do as many shows just because, you know, it makes it more special when people are not seeing you like every weekend or they can't see you multiple times a weekend.
Yeah.
Uh, so I'm
Well,
actually, well, I have to decrease my frequency
hey,
because I've
see,
ap a play coming up in the fall. But
you
that I
do.
have
That's
heard
right.
that, yes, yes. So
Yeah.
I'm going to focus on that. So we're going to be on a similar break. Um, but yeah, after February, I'm going to cut back on shows until my play in October.
I don't disagree with the fact that you shouldn't do as many shows. There's a difference between gigs and shows, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
I guess more of what I described was more of my gigging schedule,
Okay, got you.
but shows now, those are supposed to be special. Those are the ones
Yeah.
that people anticipate and wait for, and the gigs are just kind of a
Right.
appetizer for those. So, but
Mm-hmm.
I want to do more shows as
Got you.
opposed to gigs.
Gigs. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Yep.
Now, do you do many like private events? Is it when you say gigs? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Because I know
I do a
that's
lot of
probably
those.
the bulk of my schedule is private events.
That me
Yeah.
too. Me too at
Okay.
this point. Yeah, I prep weddings,
Yeah.
corporate events, those
Right.
types of things, which are
Hmm.
all the fun in the world. Like I
Absolutely.
enjoy myself.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's more of what I do, especially in the
Hmm.
past about 4 or 5 years. It's been
Yeah.
more of that. Yeah.
Pays it pays more of the bills.
Oh, it pays all the bills when you need it to. This
A lot of
this is
guys
true.
I've talked to said those weddings are much better paid.
Oh, they're the best.
Right.
They're the
Right.
best. And then if you do well, the tip at the end of the night, you can't
Mhm.
beat that. Mm-mm.
Then you probably
Yeah.
get recommendations too.
Oh yeah, you do. You get referrals, recommendations. I can't. Everything. I was just talking to my wife and telling her that everything that I do, for the most part, has been a referral
Yeah.
for a long time. I can't remember the last time I went and actually asked someone to let me put on a show in their place.
Hmm.
I've been working off referrals. I've been blessed,
Right.
Yeah.
very blessed.
Absolutely. I mean, your name speaks for itself. Like you've been in the game for a while, so you've built up a reputation, a good reputation. So that helps.
Yeah, been working hard for a lot of years, more years than I'd like to tell people. But yeah, it's always good when somebody comes to you and say that they enjoy what you do, and you feel like, I'm just regular old me. I go to work every day,
Hmm.
and you come up and say things like that to make me feel special. I don't think I'll ever get used to that, for real.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Well, Justin, the one
That
thing I remember when did see you at that gig, I hadn't seen you before, didn't know you. The thing that stood out to me was I'm like, this guy has a lot of confidence in what he's doing, and I felt at that point you were going to be successful.
Well, thank you. More than anything, I feel like whether I'm wrong or right, if I stand on it, at
Right.
least people will listen to me. So uh, I'm confident in the fact that I can do what I need to do. I don't claim to be the best at anything. I don't claim to be the greatest, but I'm serviceable enough to where if people pay me to do what I need to do, they won't get mad when I come to do what I need to do. And they
Oh,
won't ask for their money back, hopefully. That's the
sure.
hope. Yeah. So yeah, confidence, I'm confident in my ability.
Mhm.
Nothing beyond that. Yeah. Nothing beyond
I heard that. I mean, you've done it enough. You've had enough people tell you can sing. Like at this point,
that.
You're like, clearly I'm doing something right.
I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I'm decent. Yeah.
Oh, how did you get hooked up with them? Because you opened up for Music Soul Child.
Right. Well, a friend of mine, well, actually my cousin and his friends, they are the ones that put it on.
Mm-hmm.
And he just called me. He was like, "Hey, I got this opportunity. Would you like to do it?" I'm like, "Of course. Yeah, I'll do it." And we made it all happen. It was cool too. Like you go back there and you got your dressing rooms and
Right.
you feel like you the main attraction. So
Right.
Exactly.
yeah,
I know. I
again,
remember hearing great
referrals.
reviews.
Yeah, with referrals. Again,
Mm-hmm.
just relationships and knowing people. I'm blessed to know people and have left a decent enough impression that they'll call me.
So who else have you opened for? You know that has been a highlight.
I opened for Jill Scott one year when she
Oh
came to the
wow.
pageant.
Yeah.
Uh, and I sang background for Rasan Patterson and Tweet
Oh wow.
once.
Nice.
Yeah, so not I don't have a whole lot of open up on
That's
my
enough.
resume, but
Like,
I'm working on that. I'm about to I'm about to change that in the coming years.
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that. I mean, but those are some big names, so that you know that you've already done. So I would give yourself, kudos for
Definitely.
that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Definitely.
And people that I actually like I enjoy these people. So it was like
Right.
that was the best part of it for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What other major cities have you played?
Well, I just played Colorado. Right outside of Denver, not too long ago.
Okay.
I've been down in Atlanta. I've been out in New York. Um, man, Nashville,
Okay. Okay. So is the
Louisiana,
vibe
New
like
Orleans. Yeah.
from place to place? Is the vibe totally different?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You go, especially though. I guess too. It depends on you, right? Because
Hmm.
you're going there as a stranger, and your vibe is a little bit different. So they might pick up on it and they give you what they got. But I've never been somewhere and not felt the hospitality, not felt the love. Like, but even though the vibe be different, that universal vibe of love and brotherhood, that's always been the same. And that's one thing I can say. I've not been a place where I didn't feel welcomed that I played.
Hmm.
Yeah.
If you could go back to one tomorrow, which one would you pick?
Tomorrow,
Yeah.
Denver,
Denver? Oh.
Denver. That scenery enough.
It's
Mm.
beautiful.
Just, but uh, if I'm taking my people with me, we're
Mm.
going to New Orleans.
Yeah.
We're going to New Orleans. If the band
Hmm.
is going and everybody, it's just me and the wife, we'll go to Denver. But if the band and everybody are going, we're going to New Orleans.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, New Orleans is a huge music city. Like so much music and talent, and culture,
Mhm.
and
Hmm.
the food.
I had a chance to be I was in a play that went down there, and that was
Oh,
the reason we
cool.
went. Uh, I didn't act or anything. I just sang.
Hmm.
Acting, you don't want me to read lines, but uh, yeah, that's the reason why I got the opportunity to go. And it's kind of really the place that the movie was birthed. We all got together
Oh, really?
on that trip down there. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Okay.
Neat. Awesome. Well, Warren, did you have anything else? So we'll go ahead and wrap it up. If not,
That's pretty much it. I mean, I've still got to get back to get that to hear that song because I had a problem with the app, but I definitely want to check it out.
I'm gonna send it to you personally, sir.
Oh,
YouTube has it too, though. YouTube has it. I'll send you the YouTube link.
mhm, yeah.
Yeah,
okay. I
yeah.
appreciate that.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
we'll
Definitely will.
also post it on our page too as well.
I
Yeah. Yeah. Do
appreciate it.
that. Do that.
I appreciate it.
So where can people follow you, Justin? Or
So,
where do you want people to find your music and things like that?
social media, J Hoskin Music on Instagram, Old Man Hoskin on Twitter, uh, Facebook is Justin Hoskin Music. I'm
Mm.
working on the website. It's on the way soon. So those are the places. Follow me on social media. Google me, YouTube.
Yeah.
There's videos, there's footage, there's everything about the show. The show on Saturday night, come out. If nothing else, just to say hi and see you later. That will make me feel good. So
All right.
I will be there.
Definitely.
yes, ma'am. Look
Cannot
forward to
wait.
seeing you.
Definitely hope
Please.
to see you soon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
And check out Invisible on all streaming platforms.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate you so much.
You are welcome.
Oh.
We're looking back to having you again once you get the EP out so we can talk
Oh.
more about that.
Oh, I'll make this one of my first pitch stops.
Awesome.
Definitely do that. Do that.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
City Jazz Sessions is brought to you by St. Louis City Jazz, a 501c3 company dedicated to music education and appreciation. The CEO is Magic Man 50, and for more ways to connect with City Jazz Sessions, visit cityjazzsessions.wixsite.com/St. Louis. The City Jazz Sessions team includes host, content director, and guest coordinator, jazz great Ronnie Barrage. Follow Ronnie at ronniebarrage.biz. Host, website designer, graphic artist, content director, and guest coordinator, singing sensation Leica. Discover more about Leica at leicamusic.com. Additional production services are provided by Lions Den Productions. Go to thelionsdenstl.wixsite.com/home. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe for more great content.